Howdy, my peeps and peepettes. You probably saw a video I did earlier today. Um, you tell when I get nervous, I say a lot. So you're probably going to hear a lot of ums. I was very ticked off. I'm still very ticked off. I'm basically just been driving around all morning. Driving around, just killing time. I don't have much time, but I'm killing it. I'm crushing it. G Money's just crushing the timeline. So there's a lot I want to share. I will say that I killed time until about 11:30. I popped back to my mom's residence, and the other person was still camping out there. I entered the residence, and apparently my mom's vehicle was gone, so they must have gone on a road trip, medical appointment, who knows what. But I had really hoped that he would have left the area so I can try and resume some sanity and clear my head. I know what's in store for me in the future, and it's not nice. It's not pretty, but the I find it very, very hard to believe I'm in this situation. Actually, it's not hard to believe. It's very easy to believe if you've lived my life. None of y'all have lived my life. So what's that old saying? Don't judge me until you've walked in my shoes, or something like that. It's crazy. Every family has a different family dynamic. There's some good families. There's some bad families. I've always said this to myself. I don't know if I ever said this publicly on YouTube, but people always talk about, oh, that's your mother, that's your brother, that's your sister. Well, I promise you, if you go to any penitentiary, there's going to be an uncle, a brother, aunt, sister, grandmother. There's people from all types of society. Just because you have a title in a family does not exclude you from being a freaking idiot. So I'm down here at Little Hickory Pass, just looking at the bay. The water looks beautiful right now. The Gulf side looked really nice, but that is so devastated from the hurricane. It's going to take years to recuperate, and it's very hard to find parking. So, like I said, I'm just killing time, but I do want to, when I can get back, sit in front of the laptop without any human being distractions. I do want to get back to some things I want to touch base with you guys on. And I've seen a lot of people make comments like, just get out of Florida, just get out of Florida. Everything takes money. Everything takes money. And that's one of the things I don't have right now. I've been busting my behind to raise my credit. My credit score has probably raised about 50 points in the last 2 months. I don't know exactly what the exact number is. That's an approximation. And I know how to raise credit. But once again, it takes money. It takes money. Everything takes money. And so many people don't understand the drains, the financial drains I have in my life. And it's like having an anchor around your leg, a ball and chain, so to speak. Anybody could say, just leave Florida. Yeah. Give me a credit card with $1,000. I will leave Florida. I don't know what the hell I'm going to do for income when I get there. That's plan B. If I could get to the Georgia state line, I'd be happy as a pig in poop. It's not that easy, folks. It's not that easy. If one action creates another action. If I use that money to basically evacuate or try and relocate, whatever term you want to use, It's going my credit's going to suffer. And when you're almost 61 years old, you can't incur 7 years of bad credit. It's not realistic. So I'm very bitter. I'm very angry. I've often, and people do not understand or do not believe when I say this, I've been fighting the curse my entire life. The curse is something, for whatever reason, everybody talks about God, Well, I don't believe there's a God. Not in my life. God has not done anything for me. I've tried to bless as many people as possible, and all I know is every time I take one step forward, it's 2 steps back. So there's so much I want to talk about, and I really, really have been dying, crying, trying to reach out to Tish Ross on No Judgment Here with Tish Ross. I really want to do another segment, but I can't wait 3 or 4 weeks, and I'm not trying to ask her to push out her schedule, but I truly believe that's a powerful channel. And I want to express my thoughts, opinions, and beliefs, especially with Christianity, that are going to be contrary to what a lot of that channel represents. But I want to explain why I feel that way. So, today's June 1st. I basically have 60 days. 60 days to figure it out. I'm sitting in the van right now. Air conditioning is partially running. It's a temporary job, and it works probably at 50% capacity. I don't know the exact temperature right now. You can bet your bottom dollar it's probably in the 90s. And sitting here, the way this is operating, it feels much hotter than that. You can't sleep in a van in August and September when the internal temperature is going to be upwards of 120 degrees. You just can't do it. Can't do it. You're not going to live. That's why people call the police when there's a dog locked in a car, because they're going to be dead in minutes. So I wish I could convey it better, but all the love in my heart and the passion and desires I want to do for other people, they're probably never going to be seen. They're never going to be appreciated. They're never going to be executed. Because basically I am being executed by someone supposed to be a family member, right? So, and the ironic thing, this is so funny. I can laugh at this. There's what I call fake Christians out there, right? And I would consider the power of attorney one of those fake Christians. I don't know how many times recently he has said to me that he loves me. I consider you my brother and stuff like that. I'm like, dude, just pack sand, just KMA. You know what I mean? It's so fake. When I lived in Bath County, Virginia, there was a lot of little Baptist churches, right? And it was very, very country, very Mayberry down there. And what I found out, it didn't take me long to realize this, but when everybody went to church, I'm not going to say every church, but I would say majority of those churches, it was catch up on the gossip of the week. And that's all they did was gossip. They're losing the spirit and meaning of Christianity. And I personally, this is my personal belief, that I feel if you don't donate 10% to the wicker basket or whatever they're using nowadays, or the credit card machine, however they do it nowadays, that it doesn't make you less of a Christian. If you don't donate to the basket, to me, if you have beliefs and that's what that church truly represents, you're not a monetary figure. I realize they have to operate and execute some financial needs, but you know, being a Christian doesn't mean you have to donate 10% of your salary. Or, you know, I don't even know if that's been up to 15%. Who knows? With inflation and the craziness of this world, maybe it's been up. To be a Christian, you got to donate 15%. I don't know how that works anymore. But I will tell you, I'm very disappointed in life. But by the same token, I will tell you, I see a lot of beautiful things on YouTube. A lot of beautiful people, a lot of beautiful channels. A lot of that is probably not all 100% accurate because they can edit out the bad parts of their lives. But I do believe there's some really good people out there on YouTube. That's why I'm so addicted to YouTube. I love YouTube. And in that statement, I feel like I'm not contributing enough to be considered a value member of that society. But I'm trying to do what I can do when I can do it. And I know my channel's all over the board. And if you guys have been watching for a while, you should understand why. And I was real excited about launching a new platform called the G Money Pad podcast. And I had some real nice, beautiful foam core made up, beautiful logo. I was considering doing that as a separate channel, and I wanted to really raise the bar and make that a serious platform to talk to people, kind of like what I'm going through. You know, whatever somebody's going through, similar to what Tish does, but not really the same topics, maybe a different perspective, and just bring in different types of interviews, right? So I was real excited about that. Until everything that happened yesterday, right? So now I feel like, man, it's like, the reason I feel like there is no God, and I'm not saying I'm an atheist. I haven't seen proof to me that there's a God in my life, a God protecting me, a God serving me, you know. I know a lot of people are going to turn that backwards. I should serve the Lord and all this stuff. Well, let me tell you, for a little while, I did go down that road. And nothing changed. Nothing changed. So it's, there's a lot of dead Christians. Let me tell you that. So, you know, it's crazy. Like take 9/11, for example, the situation that happened there. Was there any Christians in there that were saved by God? Or did 3,000 people die that were not protected by God? Right? That's just a hypothetical situation. I'm giving you my perspective. So I'm very bitter, as you can tell, and I've told you that. I'm not going to hide it, sugarcoat it. It's very disheartening to know that I can contribute so much. I just don't have the financial means to do that. I can't even take care of myself, to be honest with you right now. And a lot of that is due to 2 Category 5 hurricanes, right? So it's crazy. In the earlier video, I mentioned that housing has gone up 40 to 50%, like rental properties, whatever. And that's probably could be very conservative, to be honest with you. It's crazy. It's like crazy. People's income is not going up to the same rate that the housing rate is going up, that the cost of living is going up. So it's really crazy. So I'm just trying to follow up. I really want to follow up a little bit better when I can get in front of the laptop. Hopefully, you know, our new camper isn't camping out too long. Hopefully he gets the hell out of Dodge. But I'm trying to share some thoughts. I know where I'm at the beach. It's going to take forever for this video to load up. So I'm going to say peace out for now, folks, and I'll be talking to you soon.